Hello everybody. Today we explore Guinea, the water tower of West Africa, due to abundance in water resources vital to the region. Mineral-rich Guinea is bordered to the northwest by Guinea-Bissau, Senegal to the north, Mali to the northeast, Cote d'Ivoire to the southeast, and Liberia and Sierra Leone to the south. The Atlantic Ocean lies to the west. Sékou Touré fiercely resisted French colonization, and years later, his great-grandson, Ahmed Sékou Touré, fought against neo-colonialism. French Guinea, created in 1891, became part of French West Africa in 1895. Resistance to colonial rule continued until 1898, when Sékou Touré, the emperor of Wassalu state, was finally defeated. Later, boundaries were established with colonies of Britain and Portugal. Nationalism was stepped up in 1946 with formation of the African Democratic Rally, RDA. Ahmed Sékou Touré, an RDA founding member, became Secretary General of its affiliate, Democratic Party of Guinea, PDG, in 1952. In 1958, PDG managed a no vote in a French Union referendum, and Guinea, the only African colony to do so, gained independence on 2nd October 1958. The departing French left a trail of destruction to any investments gained from colonization. In retaliation, Toure turned to the Soviet Union and China, taking socialism. Economic opportunities and democratic rights were severely diminished. He believed that poverty in liberty is better than riches in slavery. Practically a single-party state, this situation was legalized in 1960, and a single list of candidates was returned to National Assembly every 5 years. Opposition was abhorred, and critics had to flee the country to avoid facing the wrath of the government. Toure became a leading Pan-Africanist along the likes of Nkrumah, whom he later hosted after being overthrown in 1966. The independence of Guinea was an inspiration to PAIGC, a pro-independence movement across the border in Portuguese Guinea. Toure allowed PAIGC to open its headquarters in Conakry in 1960. From Guinea, they operated bases for launching guerrilla attacks. This disturbed the Portuguese authorities. In 1970, Portugal organized a raid in Conakry and managed to rescue prisoners of war. Their attempt to also topple Toure failed. Challenges due to socialist policies led to severe brain drain. Large expatriate communities from Guinea could be found in more prosperous Francophone countries in the region. In 1966, these expatriates grouped to form the National Liberation Front of Guinea, FNNG. Meanwhile, in Guinea, the number of political detainees continued to rise. Diallo Telly, a cabinet minister and former OAU Secretary General, was imprisoned for an alleged plot to assassinate Toure in 1976. Anti-government protests due to harsh economic policies in 1977 yielded results. This included relaxed trading restrictions, amnesty to exiles, and release of political prisoners. Relations with the Soviet Union also took a dip as Guinea turned towards the west. Toure reviewed his relations with France, and in 1978, socialism was renounced. He died in a United States hospital in March 1984. A military coup followed, establishing the Military Committee of National Restoration, CMRN, led by Lansana Conté. PDG was dissolved, and the new government arrested several of Toure's close associates and released political prisoners. It further liberalized the economy, but an attempt to join the French zone in the late 1980s failed. Conté announced a return to civilian rule under a new constitution, of 1991 and elections held in 1993. Conté ran as a civilian under the Party of Unity and Progress (PUP) and won. Civil unrest continued and the government survived a coup attempt in 1996. An overflow of civil war from neighboring Liberia and Sierra Leone permeated into Guinea in 2000, leading to internal conflict. A referendum was held in 2001, extending the presidential term. Conté won a third term in an election boycotted by opposition and survived an assassination attempt in 2005. He died in December 2008. Shortly after Conté's death, Musa Dadis Camara led a military takeover in a widely condemned coup. Protests demanding Camara's resignation the following year were met with brutal force. He was shot in the head in a December 2009 assassination attempt, and Sékou Touré took over in acting capacity. A pact between the government and opposition was signed in Burkina Faso, and Konaté remained as interim leader. In 2010, elections were held in which Alpha Condé of Rally of the Guinean People (RPG) won. Economically, Condé attempted to improve mining law in a bid to reduce corruption and increase profitability. He survived an assassination attempt in 2011 in which a former army chief and a member of the Presidential Guard were implicated. An Ebola outbreak in 2015 threatened economic prospects. Although the president downplayed its effect, he nevertheless took control measures. Condé was re-elected in 2015 and registered significant economic gains in the mining sector and power generation. The following year, France 24 unveiled alleged irregular payment over mining rights in Guinea. Condé distanced himself from the alleged deal. A series of protests broke out in late 2019 regarding constitutional changes. Regardless of a heated political environment, Condé won a third term in 2020. The military took over in September 2021, led by Mamadi Doumbouya. He dismissed threats by ECOWAS to impose economic sanctions. Guinea's post-independence history is a tale of bold beginnings, turbulent transition, and an ongoing quest for democracy and development. As the water tower of West Africa, its journey is crucial not only for its people but for the entire region. Thank you for watching this episode of Pihoa Neko. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. Next up, we will explore the history of Guinea-Bissau. See you then. Thank you.